Yeah, listen. Don't touch your weenie. Don't touch your peenie. Don't stroke it, man. Don't choke it, man. Stop watching the hub, even if you got a chub. Yeah. Don't beat your meat. Go clean your feet. Oof. Don't beat your meat. Don't stroke your schlong. Let's get along. I'm gonna attempt to have a quick discussion about. Can you say that on YouTube? I'm not sure. Let's say cornography, the hub, place where people go to unload. Anyway, yeah, it's something that is, it's like a silent but like ever present throughout life now, in a weird way. It's like always there, constantly around the corner, and everyone kind of just pretends like it's not there. What I'm trying to say is that it's so easily accessible now, to the point where you will literally come across it without any intentions to you whatsoever. And by this I mean, if you have social media, you've probably got so used to seeing sex bots, to seeing like these fake accounts with like links to places, naked woman on it saying, "Oh, I want to play with something long and hard."
Let's get it, let's go. Hey, one of y'all want to hoop? We just need one.
Whatever you do, please do not look at my story.
Oh, bro, not here, man.
Look at my tits. some shit like that.
I have a big fat ass.
Bro, shut up, bro.
And it's become like a joke now. It's just normal. But can we clock like what's going on? Like, this is clearly a scheme to trap men, right? The way it's so easily available means that people of all ages and interests come across it. You can literally just go on Twitter, and within 10 seconds you can find some pretty hardcore things without even trying to find it. Just scroll down to a really like popular tweet, and before you know it, you'll be looking at someone's butthole spread wide open.
Bro.
Fuck me!
Bro, what the fuck?
Come on, man.
And the fact that that is easily accessible and it's literally just always there. Men that can't, control their sexual urges, it's just constantly right there for them as soon as they want it, or as soon as they even have a thought about it. They can like, oh, I can just go look at it right now. And it's the point where it's like on every platform. There's not one platform that's out there that is free of like softcore or hardcore. It's all available. And this has led to children, like literally young boys. Like, I'm sure now it's quite normal for like a 10 or 12-year-old to watch pornography. It's pretty crazy, I know, like, because I'm sure we all know like a 10 to 12-year-old. And imagining them like knowing what that is and being able to have access to it is so weird, and it's so messed up, but it's so normalized as well. And I think society is going in that direction, like more and more. The more progressive and left-leaning society seems to get, the more liberal it gets. So it's like, why shouldn't kids be able to see it? Why not? It's our rights to show our buttholes to kids, apparently.
Now, does anybody in this room know how to twerk? It's all in. And then you just move your bum up and down like that, and that's twerking.
Well, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
Yeah, I feel like kids just know too much nowadays. There's no innocence anymore in kids. Like, they have the most weirdish, like, niche, dark humor nowadays. And I think a lot of that is just to do that they're exposed to things way too early. And I think that's because a lot of the time in society it feels like we kind of leave the education, especially like sexual education, to the internet for kids just to find out themselves. Like, and I feel like the age of kids finding out about sexual content and that kind of stuff is getting lower and lower the further generations we get. And I think that's actually a big problem, because when your education and your knowledge of sex comes from literally pornography, which is not meant to show it in its real light, it's meant to make it as appealing and addictive as possible. That is exactly what it becomes. It becomes addictive. So there's kids, young kids that are addicted to pornography. And of course, where does that lead? That leads to incels. That leads to guys that start watching that content at a young age, and they continue watching it throughout their whole life to the point where they're unable to actually see women as anything other than sexual objects. The fact that, you know, kids are able to access porn, like hardcore porn, whenever they want, as long as they have a smartphone or even just a tablet or just access to the internet. I feel like I'm just constantly reminded of that. But I feel like no one else really cares. It's kind of normal now, isn't it? Like, just give your kids the iPad and leave them alone in their room all day, and yeah, who knows what they're doing in there, but as long as they're quiet, you know, it doesn't matter, I guess, right? It's crazy. I feel like the future just looks scary for young men. These addictions are not going anywhere. If anything, they're getting worse and worse. Like, more young men are staying inside and being isolated for longer periods of time. And if that behaviour starts at a young age, when kids get introduced to, you know, adult content, and there's no one to regulate it, yeah, it's a recipe for disaster. But I feel like society doesn't really care, do they? Like, realistically, there's not really many measures in place to educate parents or educate kids about, you know, safety when it comes to that kind of stuff online. I feel like, you know, with the rise of, you know, how popular OnlyFans and that kind of stuff is, yeah, I feel like this is just gonna get worse. But maybe I'm just being a bit of a doomer. Maybe I'm just being pessimistic, you know, not being very optimistic for the future generations. But don't really have a very valid reason to be honest. Like, these last generations are the most addicted of all time. Like, it's so normalized for like teenagers and young guys to just watch that every day, like multiple times a day, just touching themselves. And it's to the point, I'm sure that must affect their mental health as well. Well, it does, it definitely does. They also get addicted to the dopamine rush of, you know, the feeling when you're like planning to do that. You know, you get the kind of rush of excitement.
About to be my meat. About to be my meat.
And I think that is what is really addictive. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, that would be nice. And yeah, peace. This one goes out to all the guys out there right now, laying in bed, scrolling on your phone, feeling horny as hell. And that lotion on the table is calling your name, bro. Don't do it, man. Listen. Don't beat your meat. Don't beat your meat. No. Don't rub your cock. Don't rub your Johnson. Don't watch porn. It's bad for your brain. It might make you go insane. Yeah, listen. Don't beat your meat. Just go to sleep. Don't masturbate. Just go and make a plate of fruit or something, man. Then take your ass to bed, you bitch. Stop touching yourself, man. It's not good for your health, man.